In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.
Oh, what's the new you now? I see you got your cars on the internet now.
Yeah.
How many cars you got?
I don't know.
You're a whip god now? Who you turning into Tom Segura?
Does he have a lot of cars? I bet you.
This guy's a big time into cars.
But
he just got a 911 Dakar from. I just posted about it yesterday. This guy.
you see, one day I'd like to get something like that, but no, I just have like a single cab '95 Chevy.
I saw that Chevy looked real nice.
I had a Chevy. I also have an F-150, but I don't want people to think I'm like a Ford guy. I just really like the '95, '96 F-150s, the single cabs.
Yeah, like also that was like what was the late '90s was the Lightning years when they did the SVTs, right? Those were beautiful.
That'd
I love
be cool
those
to get
cars.
a Lightning.
Yeah, I love those. One of the first guys that taught, one of the first buddies of mine, his dad taught us how to drive stick, and he was a big car guy, and he bought his son. He had a '98 Cobra SVT Mustang Cobra, and a '97 or '96 Lightning Ford Lightning, and he taught us how to drive on a '79 Stingray, Corvette Stingray.
Damn.
It was the hardest thing I ever had. I was 15 years old. We were in a church parking lot, and you know, I was so skinny, but the clutch was old school, not like today, bro.
It's like a hard ass clutch.
Bro, you have to slam your foot, and then when you let it go, you feel your leg shaking because it's so stiff. Today, they're all butter. I mean, it's soft. The clutches now are so simple.
I've never driven a race car, but you know that dude Noel Miller?
Yeah.
Well, he races sometimes, and he was gonna take me to the track. And he was telling me that I should start off with karts because a lot of people fuck up initially with brake pressure when they race.
Yeah.
Because the fucking race cars have like a hard ass
super hard brakes.
Yeah. So you can't just like toy with it.
It's not like if you get in a regular car today, you get in like a Civic and you touch the brakes and those things you have to like push. The weight of you has to adjust to how hard the pads are pressing. But I would say drive something before you get on those. Every dude I know that wants to go to one of those tracks thinks they're like, I could do that shit. And you're like, okay, we'll see.
That's
Just wait
me.
till you crash.
I'm that guy. Sometimes I have dreams that I'm at, what is it called? Le Mans?
Yeah.
Le Mans?
Le Mans, yeah.
And because I was watching this movie one time, I think it's called Le Mans.
Sure.
It's with that dude, what's his name? Steve McQueen?
There it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I fell asleep watching it, and I guess because I'm hearing it and I was watching, I had a dream that I was there.
Right.
And that it was like raining, and it was already nighttime, and it was my turn to drive next. But that the seat, I couldn't adjust it because, you know, everybody is they're like specifically made for that driver, but they didn't have one for me because I was like a new driver. So I was like, it's okay, I'll figure it out. And
so you're trying to look for the bar to slide it forward in a race car?
I also didn't have my glasses because I need glasses to see at night.
Right.
And I was just like, I'm not going to tell them because then they're not going to let me drive. And I was just like driving like a Ford GT, just like, But I kept, you know how dreams are, where you can't punch or you can't run fast.
Yeah, I hate those.
I kept like getting further from the pedal. I couldn't hit the gas all the way down. So I was just really letting my race team down.
That is it. That's your I can't punch, is you can't touch the pedals of a car.
Yeah.
That's such punishment. People are like, go. I can't, bro. I can't.
But my newest car, and this is the car that's going to make me get rid of most of the cars I have. I have a few Super Sport Monte Carlos, which are cool. But I'm going to get rid of most of them.
You keep them all in a garage?
Mm-hmm.
You do? On your property or somewhere outside?
My property.
Oh, you do?
And, well, they don't all fit on my property, so some are at other people's properties.
This guy, man. Car god. I'm telling you. How many do you have now? 5? Is this 4 or 5 cars?
No, I have like 10 maybe
Jesus
total.
Christ, dude.
But I just bought a Nissan Skyline, which was like, you know, the dream car since I was like 9. My buddy, his uncle used to be like a street racer.
Yeah.
And his whole crew were like all Nissan. So I got really into the Nissans really early on. And one of them, I think, had a Skyline, but I never got to see it in person.
What year is your? I want to look up your year because did you post that or no?
Nah, I haven't.
What year is it?
I haven't even gotten to drive it. It got there. I left a week ago from home, and it got there the day after I left.
What year is the Skyline? Do you know?
1993. Nissan Skyline GTR R32.
Damn. That's a filthy little car, bro.
It's a gunmetal gray.
What year were you born? See, this is funny that you have such a nostalgia for these older cars.
I was born 96.
Do you know what I mean?
I guess so.
Like, how did you get? Why do you have such nostalgia for cars that are pre your time? I mean, I'm not.
I think because in my mind they're like they're cool to me, but also I know they're gonna have issues here and there, and I'd like
Yeah.
to learn how to work on them.
You want to fix them?
Yeah.
You
So
have time to fix them?
sometimes.
I mean, you're a
but
busy dude.
But I started. I'm learning right now. But I started with like some like less pressure type cars. Like the first car that I started really working on is a 2003 Nissan Altima that I bought off my grandma, and it wasn't running or driving. And if we could get it to drive, it would like shake a lot. So
What'd she charge you for the car?
$1,500.
Cash.
I
Cash
way
money,
overpaid
grandma.
for that. Yeah, my grandma did not give a fuck. She was just like, "Give me
Pay
the
up,
money."
bitch. Yeah. Yeah, but that teaches you something, right? When you buy your first car, it actually teaches you something about
This was
the
like
exchange.
This was like 2 months ago.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
Oh, this wasn't the first car that you bought.
No, this is just a car that I
car
bought
you
to
wanted
like
from her.
work on
Right,
because
right,
I wanted to, just, work on it. I don't know.
You wanted to learn about cars.
Yeah, I know how to do body work. I used to paint, but I didn't know shit about like mechanical side of it. So
That's where it gets. That's tough too. That takes. I mean, you spend hours and hours and hours. My neighbor builds cars. He builds kit cars. You know these guys that get kit cars and they build them from scratch. When I was a kid, one of my best friends, Tyler, his father used to build MGs. You know MGs. Do you know that
Yeah,
car? Yeah, he used
yeah.
to build MGs in his garage, and it would take him forever, man. I used to watch him do that, and I was like, man, he taught us simple shit, oil change, easy bullshit, filters, all that stuff was like simple to learn. Then he would start to get into the depth of it, of like physically building and constructing an engine block, and I was like, I don't even.
that's why I'm getting
no
rid of most
business.
of the cars I have because I just went trigger happy. Had a little money saved up, and I started just buying them on like Facebook Marketplace and stuff. But now I'm like, bro, if I'm really gonna like work on a car, it's gonna take so much time. And
Yeah.
what am I gonna do? Like work on one car for 2 hours and then the other one, and then get back to it next month? Like,
You could be the new Jay Leno, bro.
nah, I don't.
Barbosa's garage.
Nah, don't. Please don't go there.
Setting you up, bro. Setting you up. You're from okay. You're a Texas-born kid. The thing when we met, what was wild was you didn't do the thing that a lot of people do, where you do your thing in your town or your area, and then you move and you sucker into L.A. or New York, and you stayed in Texas, and you're always going to be in Texas. And what's
Yeah.
nuts is people are moving to Texas now, which I think is hilarious. Now they're all coming down there, all these California dudes. But you're in Dallas, or where are you at?
Yeah, I'm like an hour south of Dallas.
Okay.
I'm just like in the country.
Do you like exotic sports cars in the new world, or no? You only like old school shit.
Nah, I love all cars.
Well, because my buddy has a shop out there. When I come to Dallas, if you're around, you should come with me.
I would love to wreck
And
whatever he
it's-
lets me drive.
He'll let you drive. We'll have some fun. The last time I was down there, he put me in an Aventador. He has a lot of like Lambos, Ferraris, all that stuff, and he lets me just toy him around for a while.
That'd be badass.
Let's go. I'll take you down there.
I'm
I'm
down.
more than happy to. He put me in a GT3 RS with houndstooth hand stitched interior. This Porsche GT2 or 3 RS, and it was unbelievably beautiful, man. It was like green and dual stitching. And he said to me, he gave me the keys, and he was like, "Have some fun."
I would just rub the seats.
Oh, bro, it feels so nice.
Yeah.
Oh, those custom seats are unbelievable. And I was ripping it around. And I was like, man, this is dope. And I know I've driven more expensive cars, but because of how rare it was.
You ever seen that movie? What's that movie? Ghost with Patrick Swayze.
Oh yeah, Ghost. Yeah.
And the girl is making
Yeah,
the
they're making the
pottery,
pot together.
and then his ghost is making it. I feel like if I rub the seats, like the ghost of the guy who hand stitched them will be like around me, and we'll both be like just.
You're sitting on his lap while you're driving.
Yeah.
He pushes your little butt forward so you could reach the pedals.
Like, yeah.
I'll take you out there for real though. I'd love to take you out there. We met on Bert's Fully Loaded tour together, which was a fun little stint. Short but fun. I did 4 or 5. What did you do? How many did you do? A lot.
I did like 8 or 9.
Yeah. You liked
Yeah.
it? Or would you do it again or no? You're too busy now.
Nah, I was gonna do it again, but I wouldn't say is that I'm too busy. I just think that not to sound like a huge pussy or anything, but I think
The lifestyle was tough.
a little. Nah, I would say it's tough. I mean, I think right now the lifestyle is just kind of wearing on me of touring in general.
Oh yeah, bro. We're all
So
like this.
yeah. So
How old are you now? You're 20.
27.
Yeah, bro. Wait till you hit 40. It's fucking disgusting.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, look at me now.
I remember that was one of the first things I thought when I met you was like, oh man, this guy looks so tired.
Yeah,
It's like, what am I doing out here?
I know. I look more Mexican than you.
Yeah.
I look sleepy, bro. They used to call me Sleepy Red.
You look like a real Irish immigrant. Like just like the boat ride over here took forever for you.
It does
And
take a
it's just-
long time. I think it was 38 days.
Most
at
of your
sea.
friends died from plague.
6 of them. Yeah. O'Malley, Callahan, all those guys. 2 guys jumped, unfortunately. Too. We lost 2 boys overboard.
No, but I am looking for like just a little break because I've been.
I mean,
out-
you do sound like a pussy when you say that shit because you're in the throes of like everything now. You're in the middle of the golden growth era for you. This is
Yeah?
the best time for you.
Damn.
You're sub 30. You're single. You have no kids.
What are you talking about? I have a 5-year-old son.
Get rid of him.
Yo,
Get rid of him, dude. Go back
can't.
on the road. Get rid of him.
I can't do
You have a 5-year-old kid?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to put a workload on him and just start bringing him and have him write jokes. I don't know. I don't want to abandon him, but I don't want to abandon comedy either. So he's gonna have to like adapt.
He's gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah,
So wait, he's 5. Is this your only kid? You got more than one?
I got one.
Would you make another one or no?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're ready for it.
yeah.
But you're not ready to settle down. You're not gonna get married and do all that stuff.
No, I think if any woman is down to have my kid, she has to know I'm not gonna like commit.
Right now.
But I'm down to have a kid. If you want a kid, let's do it.
Yeah, give this kid another kid, baby.
Yeah.
When you had your first kid, big surprise for you guys, or you were like cool with it, and it was like you were with her and you wanted to kind of have a kid.
No. We weren't together anymore. We were like really immature. I was like 21
Right.
when she got pregnant, and but I think we got mature fast. I think a lot of my friends who have kids are not. I mean, I have some good dad friends, but I also have a lot of fuck up dad friends.
Mm-hmm.
If you're watching this, you're the good one. Don't worry. But I think my son's mom and myself, it started off like rough, like real rough. 21,
Right.
young, dumb, full of cum. But I think we got it together quick. We knew each other for a long time, so we were able to communicate well and realize like, yo, we pretty much want the same thing for our kid here. So, yeah.
So you worked it out. You have to grow up fast with that kind of stuff. I think that's what's wild about it. And also, like you have a sense of maturity to you that is beyond your years. I think.
Yeah, I remember when
Maybe
we
the
were on
kid
Bert's
contributed
tour,
that.
you kept asking me for advice, and
Yeah, I kept saying, "How do I do it, man? How do I get to be you?"
yeah,
That's what I wanted to be.
it's like, I don't know, man. You are what you is, and
Thank you, bro.
what it is what it is. You know,
Yeah,
the day you understand that, is
I'm
the
gonna be
day
you when I
understand
grow
the
up. One day when
streets.
I grow up, I'm gonna be you.
Yeah,
I'm gonna have 10 cars and leave them on other people's lawns.
I would love to be as tall as you. That's got to be like kick ass.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, women just like don't even care if you have a personality at your height.
You just the height does everything.
And then if you're tall and you have a personality, you
It's
you
over.
lay kids all over this country if
That's
you wanted
right.
to.
I don't want anything to do with any of that.
Oh, you should do it. Trust me.
The height is nice because you just get physically look down on people, and you get to judge them based on their height. I see your level of power and ability based on your height when I look at people.
I definitely feel like, I don't know if you realize it or not, but your height definitely goes to your head. Because sometimes you are mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. One time you were just looking, it was like the last night of Bert's tour, and you were just kind of like quiet. And I was like, hey, what's up with you, man? You all right? You were like, I feel like throwing you over that fucking fence. And I was like, all right.
That sounds like the wild shit I'd say.
I was like, he's such a fucking tall person. Fuck that guy. It sucks because it was like, I don't know.
I did feel like throwing you over the fence for some reason. You know what it was? Man, that bus with all those people, you get burnt out. I was like, I want to kill everybody on this fucking thing. I
Yeah.
wanted to get off of that tour so bad.
But I told you,
I
because
wanted to hug you hard while I threw you over there. You know what it was? I wanted to tumble with you. I wanted to grab you and roll down the hill with you, like an
Nah.
old Western.
you could have thrown me. I would have never hit the ground. I would have just levitated.
That's exactly what
That's
you said.
told
You said I was going to float.
Because my heart is so pure.
Yeah.
I would have floated, and then I would have flown into the sky, and then the little thing, like on Pokemon. Yeah.
Off into space.
Yeah.
But I was never mean to you, except if it was comedy love. It was never like a.
It was definitely like comedy love, for
Yeah,
sure.
there was there was actually nobody on that tour that I was like bummed to be around. Like, luckily, because that's a nightmare, man. A lot of times you're on these big things with people and you got to be laced up with people and you're like, I don't really want to. I don't really fuck with this group of people or whatever. But that was one where I was actually really happy. Everybody on it was good and cool. And the funniest dude I think was, or the quietest dude was that Daniel Simonson.
Yeah.
That dude is the funniest. Do you know this guy?
I just ran into him again.
Bro, he's so funny. And he's just so quiet. And I'd be like, do you want to come have a drink? And he's like, I don't really drink, so I'm going to just hang back and watch you do your thing. And I was like, all right, cool, man. It was hard to invite him out because I could tell he did not want to. He didn't want to hang. He's not a guy that wants to kick it. Yeah.
No, I ran into him out in New York. And he was talking to a group of people. I was kind of eavesdropping. I like listening to that dude talk. Whatever.
So fun, man.
So quiet. Every time he talks, I'm like, this must be important. He just like never talks, you know.
He does keep himself on this. I'm gonna speak when I feel like it's appropriate. Otherwise, I'm not gonna. He's not just gonna fill space, which is funny because I said when you're coming up with shit, are you the kind of guy that writes a lot of stuff down, or are you somebody that like, you know, thinks on it, then starts to write it? And he was like, however it happens to me, it will happen. And I was like, of course, bro. Yeah, of course it is.
That motherfucker has the answers to the universe.
He does, bro. It's like when you look at a dog and you go, right, it knows. It knows. When you start doing your shit for your new hour, because you have one out right now.
Yeah.
And you're touring a new hour, right?
Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
Are you throwing shit against the wall when you're out on tour, or do you work out in Dallas or in Texas?
No,
and
I
then
don't give
go?
a fuck how much money you pay to come to my show. If I feel like doing 45 minutes of random topics and attempts at new material, that's all I will do.
Good. That's good. That's a good attitude to have.
No, I want to give people a good show. I mean,
No, but you're still gonna try shit, huh?
Yeah, definitely. I think that's fun for a lot of, like, I think if they're like a really big fan of you, they're down to see it.
Yeah.
Or if they're comedy fans in general, there might be some people who are, you know, like your average fan or whatever.
Comedy goer, just somebody that goes to shows.
Yeah, just got invited. It might be like, the fuck was that joke? Or like, the fuck are you talking about? But I do want to give people a good show. So something I try to keep in mind is like, a lot of my crowd are like very middle class.
Yeah.
Maybe some lower middle class.
Sure.
So if they bought tickets to my show, it took them a few hours worth of work.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, I want you to leave thinking like, oh, that show was fucking fun. But that's why I bring funny people on the road, and that's their job.
Who are you touring with now?
Right now I got.
Like,
so
who's
you
your
met
boy
my
out
buddy
there?
Jaime.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he was that's like my longtime childhood best friend. He was a photographer. It still is a photographer, videographer, but he's like a huge comedy nerd. Like he got me to be a fan of comedy as kids. And I always would push him to do stand-up, and he was like, nah. And so one day, like 6 months ago, we're in Chicago or something, and I was just like, yo, I told the sound guy you're going to kick the show off, and we'll just, I don't know what you call it out here. Call it piggybacking? Like there's no host.
Yeah, tag team.
Yeah. Just go up there, do 5 minutes, and then bring up the next guy. And he was like, for real? He was like, yeah. And we had already kind of workshop jokes with him.
Yeah.
So
So you gave him shit?
No. If you just hear him talk, he has material waiting to be constructed.
Right.
He's like Legos that just spill out, waiting
Right.
to be built.
Someone's got to build it. Yeah.
Yeah. And so we kind of just would talk about it with him, and he did good for like his first time. It was pretty badass, and so I've just been going at it. So he'll come on the road, he'll take pictures, he'll also handle shit that I don't want to handle,
Like a tour manager, basically.
like
yeah.
kicking out ugly hoes from the green room.
Hell yeah, get these hoes out.
Like,
Get
yeah,
these hoes
hoes.
out.
Be gone, hoes. Yeah, he's just overall like.
So just
on
him, or
top
you
of
take
shit.
out like multiple
No.
people?
I also take out my buddy Luis Juarez and Jesus Castillo, which were two comics out of Dallas.
I feel like I know Castillo, or I've met him before, maybe. He sounds familiar.
Maybe. But they're cool. They're funny dudes.
Still in Dallas, both these guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
When I started, they would kind of take me out to like bar gigs and kind of show me the ropes. And then, I went out and I ventured and I did my own thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I pulled the sword out of the stone and I went back for them. I was like, they were already kind of like, I wouldn't say they were retiring from comedy, but
They were slowing down,
They were
for
slowing down. And I was like, nah. Get your old asses over here.
What was the thing you cracked that was the change for you? What was the thing that flipped for you that made you know that you were going to, that you were growing bigger than most of your friendship circle, that you were like, I got to go back and try to raise up the people that I started with?
What was the thing that I cracked?
Yeah, what was like when you said I ventured out, like did you go out, is it
one
because
thing
you
that-
got new faces or something like that, or you got a thing that pushed you over the edge?
Don't Tell really pushed me up.
Don't Tell comedy, yeah.
Yeah, and another thing that kind of helped, I guess, maybe not helped me get a lot of following, but helped people know my name within the industry was doing like one of those HBO Entre Nos things. It was like Latino little showcase thing, and then got me on HBO. But I think one thing that helped me a lot, like you were saying earlier, that I never moved, but I never moved, but I would do like the fake move where I'd go to my buddy's couch in New York and just stay there for like a month.
Yeah.
And I feel like that would help me get better than most of my friends back in Texas.
For sure.
So then I'd go back to Texas and we'd do a show and people would be like, hey, this kid's good. And I was like, yeah, I just fucking lived off of crackers and ketchup in New York for a month, but I like honed my skills, you know? Like,
The fake move is a good move. I did that a little bit too. That's how I kind of started to touch in my like late 20s and early 30s, I would go to New York a lot, stay with the dude and just do it and then come back. And people would be like, where are you? Where are you?
yeah.
It's kinda nice.
I still get that in New York. They're
they don't
like,
know where you
when
are.
are you going back to LA? I was like, I'm not from LA.
Yeah.
Like, what?
Well, they just assume that you're not. If you're not there, you're over there, and they don't know the fucking difference.
Yeah. And then other people be like, yeah, you know him. He's from New York too. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not from there.
Yeah, but just you go, yes, yeah, I know that dude. Yeah,
No,
good dude.
I love to correct people.
Yeah.
Make them feel like idiots. And I tell them I'll throw them over fences.
How high was that fence? Could we have done it? Yeah, no, it was.
Bro, you could have thrown me.
was
That
bad.
height was so. I mean, that fence was so low. But even if it was higher, I mean, I weigh like $138.
When you took that, I was like, that's how I know I like that guy. When I said that to him, and when you were fucking around back, I thought, I knew I liked that motherfucker, dude. I knew I liked that motherfucker.
In here, we pour whiskey.
Here to tell you about DoorDash. Everybody knows DoorDash, okay? Please, at this point in your life, you've seen it, you used it, you love it. I use DoorDash so constantly. I use DoorDash tonight. That's so funny. I literally got dinner delivered on DoorDash. Got myself some sush. Love me some sush. But also, I like to have a little bit of sauce. And guess what? DoorDash gets it to you. 25% off your next alcohol order of $35 or more, up to a $15 off max value for eligible users only. Terms apply. For eligible users only. Terms apply. Must be 21 and over. To order alcohol, drink responsibly. Delivery and pay promotions available only in select markets. And I'm telling you, DoorDash is so easy and convenient. When you got a party going on, you got some friends over, or it's just you at the house. You're catching up on Bridgerton, and you're like, you know what? I ran out of wine. I need to get some wine here now before I continue the show. Well, DoorDash has got you covered. Their alcohol deliveries with DoorDash are so quick and convenient and easy. Stay at home, okay? Don't need to get in your car. No need to get out there on the road and do something stupid and dangerous. Stay from the comfort of your own home and use DoorDash. And get your drinks in your hand without lifting a finger with DoorDash. Use the code WHISKEY24, WHISKEY24 to get 25% off up to a $15 value when you spend $35 or more on drinks through DoorDash for eligible users only. Terms apply. Must be 21 and over to order alcohol. Drink responsibly. Delivery and promotions available only in select markets. DoorDash has got you covered. You must use it. If you're looking to stay at home and pop something nice and ice cold this summer, use DoorDash. Oh, wow, does that smell good. You know why? Because I use MANDO. MANDO whole body deodorant going to keep you stink-free all summer long, even in the hottest months, all right? I know they're coming. The most important things about MANDO, to me, long-lasting, big fan. And you can put it on your whole body. Your whole body. Behind your knees. Yes, please. All right? On your nose. Who knows? Why not? Behind your ear. Yes, dear. Just do it. Okay? That's another company slogan. But MANDO is great. The solid stick and invisible cream are proven to control odor for up to 72 hours. That's really good. The body wash and cleansing bar are proven to control odor for 24 hours. That's also very, very good. I love the solid stick. It is delicious, smooth, and honestly, I do smell good for a much longer amount of time than I thought. And if you forgot to apply deodorant, keep the acidified deodorant wipes in the car, in the center console, or the mirror, or a little sunglass place, or behind the seat, or under your seat, or at your feet, or in the glove compartment. It doesn't matter where you put them, in the trunk, in the frunk, whatever you got, keep them around. So good. MANDO whole body deodorant is seriously safe to use anywhere on your body. Pits, package, grundle, whatever you want to do. It's created by a doctor. It's aluminum-free, baking soda-free, cruelty-free, dye-free, vegan. What else do you need to know? That MANDO starter pack is perfect for new customers. It comes with a solid stick deodorant, cream tube deodorant, 2 free products of your choice like mini body wash and deodorant wipes, and free shipping. What else do you need? Luckily, I have a discount code to help you get hooked on my favorite smelling whole body deodorant on the market. New customers get $5 off a starter pack with our exclusive code. That equates to over 40% off of your starter pack. That's good. Use code whiskey at shopmando.com. That's shopmando, shopmando.com. That code is whiskey, shopmando.com.
Ginger. I like gingers.
No, you know what though? I think the way that you've kind of captivated a new young generation is impressive, and I give you a lot of credit for what you've done in terms of, you grew fast. I mean, I saw you before I met you. I saw you quickly go up those ranks, and I think someone did send me that Don't Tell clip. I think it was a Don't Tell comedy clip. Where'd you with that? It's here? No,
That was San Diego.
San Diego.
Man, shout out to Don't Tell, because that thing helped me out a lot.
It bumped you.
You
huh?
know Mark Smalls?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I feel like he gave me key advice. I came out to LA because I was getting ready to tape that thing with HBO Entre Nos, and Ida Rodriguez was gonna direct it. So the dude Edwin, who's producing it, wanted her to see my set so that she could get an idea of how I am live or whatever.
Right.
And he was really cool. He flew me out here or whatever, and he was like, "Yeah, I'll fly you back home." But I was like, "No, like give me a flight that leaves from San Diego, because I'm gonna take a Greyhound to San Diego, and I'm gonna film a Don't Tell set." And he had heard about those, and Don't Tell was kind of like, I think they had released like 2 of their like seasons. I don't know what you
whatever
call
it
them.
is. Yeah.
What are comics and so I've seen what they've been doing for comics. They've kind of been putting them out there more. And he was like, "You're gonna do Don't Tell?" Like, what do they pay? Like $200? I was like, at the time, I don't know what they pay now, but at the time I was like, yeah. And he's like, "What are you doing?" Like, yeah. I was like, just get my flight from San Diego. I was like, I'm going to San Diego, right?
Yeah.
So I got on this.
You took a Greyhound down there?
Yeah. Oh my God.
God
That
damn,
Greyhound
that's a terrible fucking
idea.
idea.
It's a 2-hour drive most of the time from here to San Diego. She took like 4.5
Yeah,
hours.
4.5, 5 hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Greyhound, man.
A
That's
lot of crackheads.
nasty. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did anybody tell you to maybe take the train?
No, I didn't even know you could do that.
That's a great train that goes down there.
But also, I was so
It's a
broke.
Surfliner. No, it's like $32.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, I still saved money. I paid $25 to go to
Well,
San Diego.
shit. I think it was 22 now, and then maybe it was 22 now.
Ah, shit. But anyway, I got there, and I just had my luggage, and I hung out at the beach all day in San Diego, which I looked like an idiot because I had this black hoodie. So I just took it off, but I was just, people thought I was homeless. They were just definitely like staying away
You
from
shot
me.
that night, and then you left that night, or did you stay
Yeah.
over?
No, I left that night.
Damn.
And
And then you had no idea. You thought you were just doing something because you thought it'd be a good tape, and then sure enough,
I thought
and
they
that
would,
popped harder than the HBO shit.
way more. And it sucks though, because I like the HBO material more. I wish the HBO, but you don't know what's gonna pop.
But I'm sure people see it in perpetuity, right?
Yeah.
As time goes on, people are gonna go back and go search your name, Ralph Barbosa, and then go, oh shit, look at it, and he did this and this and that. That happens forever.
20 minutes on HBO.
Yeah.
If you want to check it out. But
Check it out.
But it was so cool, man. The whole ride there, I was like, in my notebook, like, what do I do? I should do these jokes, that jokes, and I'm freaking out. But I was just like, man, I don't know. I should just relax. And then when I got there, Kyle and all the dudes from Don't Tell were just so laid back. They're like, man, go out there. They told all the comics, like, go out there, do what you think is funny. If you feel like you bombed for 8 minutes and you just want us to release 2 minutes, we'll just release 2 minutes.
Yeah, what do they care?
Yeah, like you just do your thing. And so I just went up there with like new material that I wrote on the bus, and which I'm glad, but I also regret, because it's
You
some
wish
of
it
the
was
stuff
more
that-
seasoned. Yeah.
yeah, some of the stuff that went viral and got me followers, but also over the next few weeks before it had released, I had been like workshopping it more, and I got it so much better, and I was like, fuck, if only they could have seen
Yeah.
that. But it happened.
But that's going to be like that for everything that you do. No matter what joke you put down on tape, you'll go back, and if you did it again or do it more, you're like,
Yeah.
I've got more pieces to it now that I wish I should have done.
But-
what's the next like look, the goalposts are always going to move, right? As you get older and you keep growing, and obviously your career is going to keep growing. But do you have a thing now that you're like, you know what I really want to play or really want to do is blank, you know?
I'd like to direct a Broadway show.
Hell yeah.
That's always this is what this is all about.
I know.
Yeah. No, I don't know.
For most of us.
I don't know. I just like doing stand up a lot.
You don't have like a place to play that means a lot to you? Is there a place in Dallas that means a lot to you?
When
Like, what is that? The Majestic Theater's there, right? Do
the
you do that?
Majestic Theater's there, and so I had never before doing stand up. I wasn't really a big fan of stand up.
Yeah.
Doing stand up
still
and
not.
bombing at it made me like fall in love with it and learn about all these, or like become a fan of a lot of comics, you know. And so one time I'd been doing comedy. I was like 18, 19, and I would go do mics, and I'd bomb, and I wouldn't want to go back. I just sucked at it. But, you keep wanting to be like, oh, no, maybe if I say this, say that. And then one day I saw that, like, documentary, I don't know what you would call it, that Hannibal takes Edinburgh,
yeah.
And it was like I was watching the scene where he kept getting, like, kind of frustrated from doing the same jokes over and over again. And that stuck out to me. And also just scenes of him listening to a set. And that was the first time that it kind of made me realize, like, oh, shit, like, it's just a lot of hard work.
It's a lot of work, yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. So after that, I went back to mics, and I didn't stop going. And I just kept at it and kept working at it. And a comic from back home, he was like, hey, man, I have tickets to Hannibal Buress at the Majestic. If you want to go, I got an extra ticket. And I was like, hell yeah. I had seen comedians from doing comedy, but other than that, I've still never been to a concert. I've never seen, like, live music other than
Never?
like a local band at a bar maybe. So, like, that was like my first, like, event, like, show.
Still to this day, you've never been?
I've never been, no.
God damn.
Yeah, and so I went, and I sat, like, really high up, but it was still cool as hell. Because I'm like, oh, shit, like, that's Hannibal.
Yeah.
And, yeah, it was a cool show, and I just always thought it'd be cool to, like, one day play that. And we did it, like, 3 weeks ago.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
It was dope, yeah.
Such a cool venue, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But then now when you're there, do you have those moments of reflection where you're like, because sometimes it's hard when you're in it to go, damn, this is kind of a piece of you. Oftentimes when you're inside of it, it's just like, yeah, it's great, whatever. And then you move on. Did it hit you a little bit that you were like, this is kind of fucking amazing? I was here watching Hannibal not too long ago. And then,
When you're having sex
yeah,
at a cool downtown hotel after a show like that,
hell yeah.
it's all in your head. Like, I'm soaking in all of it.
Are you fucking after every show?
No.
No.
God, no.
Well, let's get that going. Ladies, fans out there, let's make sure we can fuck Ralph after every show. That would mean a lot to me. If you're a real fan, support people that I love and respect, and please fuck them after the show, guys.
I'm not the type to, I don't think I'm the type to really, like, commit, but I'm also not the type to just try to fuck all the time. I'm still a little bit of, like,
You're
a
picky.
romantic. No, I'm not picky. I'm more like I like those meet cutes.
Oh.
And if it just
Why don't
happens,
you tell us
it
a good
happens.
meet cute that you had? Did you have one recently?
With a hooker?
Yeah.
No,
Go
not
ahead.
a hooker. Yeah, I don't know. Just if you meet and if you guys hang out and you're feeling each other, even if we don't fuck the first night we hang out, like,
If it's good conversation and you like
if
to
it's
hang.
good conversation, if we can joke around and
Now,
stuff.
but these girls that are coming at you now, are they fans? Are they big fans?
No, I'm actually more attracted to girls who are not really big fans. And if we're going to have like a one-night stand type of thing, I definitely don't want you to be a fan. I want you to be one of those girls who's like just barely interested because you see that I have like a following. That's always better, you know?
They just see your gram and they just know you have a lot of followers. and
Yeah,
they're
if you're
"Oh."
like a huge fan, then it just feels weird.
Yeah.
They're just like, I always wanted this. And I'm like,
In the middle of it.
yeah.
Always wanted this.
Yeah, so I'd rather not. And the last, I think, serious relationship I had, or the last two, well, I wouldn't even say serious. They lasted like a few months. But
No, that's pretty good. That's you're seeing somebody. If 2 months is you're seeing them.
yeah.
If you're hanging with them, yeah.
And it was only because they didn't know who I was at all.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, that was badass.
Yeah, that's wonderful. man.
That gives
And then
me so much confidence.
afterwards, they do know you, and then they hate your shit forever.
Oh man,
what's great,
That's probably what's going on right now. One time,
they really
I
hate
was
your
at
shit.
the airport and I think I had to go to like check in at the little front desk thing or something. Or they they call you. They're like, oh, we gotta assign your seat.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Come on. And man, the girl there was like so pretty, and I was like, man, I kind of wanted to like ask her for her number, and she didn't know who I was. At least that's what she says, and I believe it. She seems legit.
Mm-hmm.
And I got her number, and it just, man, that boosted my confidence way more than any show could. Because
at that point, you're a regular dude.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she just thinks that I'm probably, work at McDonald's. I don't know what she thinks, but
Yeah.
she gave me a chance.
Yeah.
And, it feels like when you rob a bank with no gun. Not that I've done that, but I imagine you're just like, oh, shit, I didn't even have to pull out the gun. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I did it with a note, too. I passed her a note. And
What did it
I bought
say?
I bought her some Skittles from the store, and I brought them, and
Original Skittles? Or are we talking?
sour Skittles.
Yeah,
I get a little
smart.
fancy.
Yeah, smart.
And I
Kids
put-
got some money now.
Yeah.
I'll sour Skittle you up, bitch.
And I wrote on a note, I was like, put your number on this paper or I will fucking kill you. Nah, I'm just like, I just like, I wrote my number and on the note, I think, and I was just like, hey, it's nice to meet you. I was like, you're really pretty. Text me sometime. And yeah,
Hit you right away.
never once hung out with her. Never will.
She works at the airport, man.
The fact that I even got that far was like good enough for me.
That's huge.
Completion.
The hunt is probably better than the kill in that. If you did meet up with her, maybe it would have been shitty. It was kind of like the thing was better than the other thing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
That worked another time too, but that girl like she found out who I was and we were like texting, and she was just being like really dry. That was boring, which sucked because I thought, I don't know, I was really interested in like talking to her and stuff, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll hang out with her, and it was in my hometown, so I was like, hey, I'll come back and
Even better.
we'll get married and let's have like a farm, and and we'll have kids, and we'll stop calling each other by our names. I'll call her Ma, she'll call me Pa. But she's just being so dry. I was like, fuck her.
She didn't want any of that.
So you want no mom?
You want like
Pa.
you want that old white retired story. That's what you want.
Nah, not really.
Get a couple of kids running around Ralph Barbosa.
you
if
know
you
it
had that
sounds
accent,
nice.
you know how funny that'd be. I'm Ralph Barbosa.
You know it's crazy. You go to like certain parts of Texas. There's a lot of Mexicans with that accent.
They're like, hey, buddy,
Yeah, yeah. I swear to God.
we seen you at the comedy show, Barbosa.
Especially like the more South Texas you go.
Mexican dudes that sound like that?
Yeah, even in Dallas though.
Really?
Yeah,
I've never seen this shit.
especially out in the country. I'll take you to meet some.
Yeah.
You know, there's some my uncle's buddy. I think his name's Pete, and I forgot his other buddy's name. And they build, they like restore old Chevys a lot of old cars. I'll take you to see their shop, and they talk like that.
They all sound like that?
Hell yeah. But
And then you meet a white dude in the shop that's like, hey, what's up, dog? And you're like, come on, dude. No, this is not. This
it's just
is...
Shia LaBeouf back there. What's up, Holmes? But yeah, I don't want to. That stuff looks very peaceful, very calming.
Yeah.
You know, when you see like the old married couple, they're like just kind of living
out the way, yeah.
But if you think about it, it's a lot of work. Like to get to that point, I don't want to deal with all that. Yeah, it's like years of fighting. Somebody has to cheat at least once.
Yeah, and by the way, no matter who you end up with, you're gonna fight your whole life.
That's
I mean, you're gonna fight your whole life. That's what love is.
why I don't want to get married.
Even if you're not married, if you've just like have partnership with somebody, if you're just
Yeah.
like sharing a kid, you're gonna fight. You fight with your
son's
baby's
mom?
mama. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you're never gonna not. It's
Do you assume that I call her baby mama because I'm Mexican?
any minority
Or
in general. Yeah.
in minority?
I would say that if you were black, I would say yeah. If it was a white person, I would say your son's mother. Yeah.
I usually do say my baby moms, but
Yeah, of course, so shut the fuck
because
up.
I'm at this white podcast, I was like, my son's mother.
Yeah, nice try. We both flipped it on each other. When you're hanging with your homies,
Yeah.
and you're like, when I'm with my crew, I'm sorry, my friends.
When I'm with the essays,
When I'm with my essays, what's the high majority of your audience? Latino?
Latino. I pay a lot of attention to this stuff. It's kind of interesting to me.
Yeah.
I'm always like, what the fuck do people think of me, you know? But, so I'm from Texas. From Texas and to the west, going through like Arizona,
Nevada, all that shit.
Nevada, all that.
Yeah.
The crowds get more and more Mexican.
Yeah.
So like last night, it's all Mexican crowd. Denver will be like majority Mexican, and you get like a little mix of other people. As you go from Texas through the South and the Midwest, going east,
Yeah.
it'll change up a little bit. So like
50-50, more half and half.
I wouldn't say half and half, but it's still majority Latino. But you start getting more Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, and you'll get some white dudes. Sometimes you'll see a couple black dudes, and I'm just like, oh shit, like
Yeah.
nice, you know?
Yeah. That's a good
Branching
win.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I'm Apple or something. But yeah, it's just crazy. Then you get to like like the East Coast, and you will get a little more. You'll get like a little more black people. You'll get some Indian folk, some.
No Asians though.
Nah, you get some Asians.
Yeah.
Indians are technically Asians, aren't they?
Indians are Asians, yeah, for sure.
So yeah, we'll get Asians. But we'll get like
But they OG. I'm talking about
OG.
Asians.
Yeah, we'll get
Like
we'll get the original.
But you'll get that
Asian.
if you go northwest. If you play San Francisco, you play.
Oh
up-
yeah, we have gone.
That's all Asian.
Once you go up to the northwest, I'll say it gets a little more diverse again.
Yeah.
Just a little bit, not too much. But for the majority, it's always Latino. And once we're headed west, it's just Mexican.
Yeah. Which is the best. Come on, man.
That-
They're a huge fan. Like we kind of acquire a lot of Mexican fans from bad friends, and because Southern California.
They just scare me though.
I love them. I fucking love them.
Yeah, but they love you, and they're always gonna love you. But I'm one of them.
So they're gonna turn on you. You think?
They have no, not that they will turn on. I don't think like they're for sure gonna turn on me. But I have less room to fuck around.
Right.
If I fuck up, they'll turn on me. Especially California. California Mexicans, you guys are on like prison rules in the real world. Like in not the real world, but the free world.
Right.
Yeah. Look at George Lopez. When me and him got into that thing, I wasn't even mad at him. But because he went against his own race, fucking Mexicans wanted to chop his head off.
One of the funniest things I've ever seen online.
That's such a prison rule thing, though. Like, I was like, he's all right. You know, like, I'm cool with it.
Well, it's also because you're young and he's like an elder statesman. And the problem with that, no matter what, even if that was an older white dude, younger white comic, older black dude, younger black comic, same thing would have happened where the new generation sees that as weakness from the older generation, being like, why are you so afraid of this young dude just fucking around? What is that about? So it just to them, to a younger crowd who most people that are comedy fans are, I would say 22 to 35 is probably the biggest chunk of hardcore comedy goers. So they see that as weakness. For the older guys, they go, what the fuck don't you like Ralph for? I don't even understand. That's the problem with that is it's like that was, and I don't even think it was as blown out of proportion. I think it was blown more out of proportion than what originally the intention was. But you swam away, real clean out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you looked better than ever out of that shit. It boosted you on accident. It was great.
Yeah, it was pretty cool,
man. It was
man.
fucking funny as shit. Also, I remember hearing that and not really knowing you. I mean, I'd maybe heard your name, but I didn't really know you. And even me, as an outsider, I was like, I don't know what this beef is about this kid. So then, oddly enough, it made me look you up even more. And then I was like, well, I think I like his shit. So then it makes people inherently kind of turn on him anyway.
Yeah.
Because you didn't start any beef. Like you did, it's not like you shot a gun first and someone's like, fuck that kid, he thinks he's the shit.
Mike Tyson, one time in this video, he quoted something from that book, The Prince by Machiavelli. Mm-hmm. And it made me want to go read that book. But then I was like, I just go off of his quote.
Yeah. Fuck a whole book.
I actually read a little bit of it, but it's too like, this is what you do when you're in power. And I'm like, chill out.
Yeah,
fucking maniacal ass book.
Right.
But there is this quote in there that it's like when you take over a new country and you kill their king, you're supposed to like chop off their head and then like show it to them and tell them what you're gonna do next, you know? And I don't think I chopped off George Lopez's head. And obviously the dude still has he's fucking George Lopez, you know?
Yeah.
But I think right there he kind of chopped off his own head for a little bit and it just kind of like landed in front of me. And I was just like, hey. So just took advantage of the situation. Like,
I'd love to see you guys sit down together and talk about it. I'm interested.
that's so
You would
racist.
never?
Nah, I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't.
I would
I'm
love
not,
to see that.
I'm not gonna like. I don't think it's that big of a deal to where I'd like avoid it or like I need to make it happen. If it happens, it happens.
Right.
I feel like you're gonna ambush me
I'm
now.
so interested. Yeah, George, come on in. He's like, hey, motherfucker. No, because I know
What
George
if I was
for
just
a
like
while.
a huge pussy? You know, it's just like, oh, I was just playing George.
I would like to see how it works. I'll be a mediator. I know, because I like you both, and so I thought that was a weird thing. I didn't understand it, but also, that happens across the board. I don't think it was just a Latino thing too, because I know that's what you mean, where the audience was like, when you say something about your own, but that happens to us when an older comic, I'm 40 now, like any guy in my generation, if you inherently start shooting at a guy that's younger, for no reason,
You should do that. You should shoot.
start shooting at people.
Yeah.
Who should I shoot at?
I don't know. Who do
Give
you
me
like?
somebody.
Who's young and popping right now?
I don't know. That's probably my problem. I can't shoot anybody because I don't fucking know.
I was just in New York, and Who did I see? I can give you a list of people. I'll
Give me
email you a list
names
of people to
I start
shoot at,
shooting
and then
yeah.
you choose who you want to shoot
Yeah,
at.
let me choose.
That's cool.
No, I just don't give a fuck enough to. I don't. I hope everyone does their thing. There's plenty of pie to go around. Go eat your own fucking slice. I don't give a shit.
Agreed.
I'm happy if people are doing good that are working hard. And I've said that before on this show multiple times about like, you know, I know people younger comics a lot have the Matt Rife is like a it's in the joke of the zeitgeist of the thing.
Here it comes.
But I got to tell you,
He's about to shit on Matt Rife.
no,
Here it comes.
It's the polar opposite. I'm happy for that kid. Good for that kid.
He's gonna George Lopez Matt Rife.
Good for that kid.
Nah, Matt Rife is cool.
Yeah, I've known him
never met him.
I've known him since he was young. He started coming around the club when he was like 16, and I think it's funny that like people think it's like an easy target, but I'm like, that guy's not taking any of your fucking audience, and he's not eating anything off your plate. So go sell your own tickets, and who gives a shit?
Yeah,
You don't have to like his shit because he's famous. It's fucking insane.
I hear all the stories about him starting at like super young,
He
but
was 15 or 16. I used to fucking come around the club, and they wouldn't let him in, and they're like, you can't be in here, and he would sneak in because he wanted to hang out so bad and just see comedy.
that guy's nice too, man.
No, I
I've
thought it
never
was
met him in
commendable.
person, but just through messaging.
He's a
doing
good
some
kid, man.
cool
I
stuff.
really like him. But that's my point is like, I don't have the time of day to give a fuck about a young comic on the rise. I'll support you if somebody's coming up and they're good and they work hard. Couldn't care less. I don't even know what the beef would be. You should know more than anybody. You're way above people in your class. What would it serve you to shit on the guy below you?
Sometimes it just feels good as shit.
Does
you
it?
know? Shit on people.
Nah, fuck that.
I shit on my crew all the time.
Yeah, your own crew. Yeah,
Yeah.
you should. Like your boy outside. I saw what he did to him when he walked in. That was nuts. Did you see that when he walked in? He makes him, for the fans that don't know, he makes his boy that comes with him, he makes him tie his shoes for him.
Nah, I didn't
He
do
wiggles
that.
his foot and
I
he
didn't
goes,
do
tie. That's crazy, bro, that you do that shit.
I didn't do that, but
In here, we pour whiskey.
Hey, folks, today's episode is brought to you by Rabbit Hole Distillery, straight from Louisville, Kentucky, baby. These guys are seriously redefining the standards of bourbon. Their motto says it all: no shortcuts, no compromise. Nothing left to chance. This means every tiny detail in their whiskey-making process is finely tuned to perfection. This sauce is so good. It's no wonder their bourbon and rye whiskeys keep racking up the awards, and that they do. They just cleaned up at the San Francisco World Spirits Competition, pulling gold and double golds left and right. Dodge 'em and duck 'em, but they're going to be coming down Rabbit Hole all day. Here's what really sets them apart. All bourbon is aged in charred barrels, but every drop of Rabbit Hole is aged in charred and toasted barrels. That is a little bit rare these days. Think of toasting like toasting a marshmallow, drawing out deep, bold, caramelized flavors. Make every sip a rich, smooth experience, my friends. It's delicious. It sits on the tongue, and if you hold it in there just right, you're going to catch all the notes. Plus, they're all about keeping things tight with their small batches, only 15 barrels each, super rare. That's how Rabbit Hole ensures every bottle is more than just crafted, it's hand-picked treasure. Small batch, big flavor. So if you're looking for the perfect gift or just want to treat yourself, why not? Rabbit Hole stands out as a one-of-a-kind choice. Head over now to rabbitholedistillery.com and use promo code RABBIT for $5 off your first order. Treat yourself or someone special to a bourbon that's crafted with passion, not just produced. Dive into the rabbit hole and discover something extraordinary. Hey, Wisginge fans, here to tell you about Viator. Viator is a tool you can use to plan and book travel experiences around the world. The Viator app and website makes it so easy to explore 300,000 plus travel experiences so you can discover what's out there no matter where you're traveling or what you're interested in. My good friend Bob Ree, got me a little gift from Viator. A wonderful travel experience while I was out overseas, and I'm very thankful for that. What's cool is, I like traveling, and if you do like traveling, you don't really want to plan stuff sometimes and don't know what to do and don't know where to go. Viator's got you covered. They've also got real traveler reviews, so you can get insider information from people who have already been on the experiences that you're considering, which is great. It's not bots. These are people telling you the truth. They got free cancellation, which helps you plan for the unexpected because that's what really goes on vacation, the unexpected. Plus, Viator offers 24/7 customer service, so you know you'll get support at any hour if things aren't going as planned. Dad got sick? Did mom chip a tooth? Who knows what's going on out there, man? Be careful getting off a boat, by the way. I've seen some funny things on a boat dock. People slipping between them cracks, baby. Mind the gap. Viator's got you covered, though. It's a great solution. And if you're traveling, why not try Viator? Download the Viator app now and use the code Viator10 for 10% off your first booking in the app. Find the perfect travel experiences for you. Do more with Viator.
Ginger. I like gingers.
But I will take advantage of Jaime's kindness sometimes.
Like what? What do you do?
Sometimes.
Do you
Like-
make him go run errands and shit for you that you don't want to do?
I might make him like he went and got Advils
Yeah,
for us
that's-
today. I'm like, but it's like across the street. I'm not gonna, but I don't know. If we go out like a group of friends,
Yeah.
and I'm hanging out with a girl, and then me and that girl just aren't clicking, and I start talking to another girl, Jaime will like divert the girl.
He's the interceptor?
Yeah.
This guy's the G. I love that guy. I knew I could feel his energy was good. That's the fucking man.
And sometimes I gotta pay it back. What he had a little fling going on with somebody, and so I think we were like in San Jose or Fresno, I don't remember. And he was like, "Yeah, I've still been talking to this girl, you know, and I'd like to see her." He's like, "You're going back for like a one night." I had like a one night show with like a bunch of comics, you know, like DL and Felipe and them, and I was like, "Yeah, man, just come." I was like, the producers or whatever, the people who booked the show, they got me a room. I was like, "We'll just share the room and you can hang out with that girl or whatever." But I didn't think he was actually gonna like bring her back to the hotel. And he
You
was like,
didn't believe in him or you didn't think it was going to happen?
I didn't know what to expect. I didn't really pay it too much mind. I'm
Yeah.
thinking this is just some girl that they're gonna go get dinner or something.
Right.
And I'm not paying too much mind. I'm not looking into it too much. I'm more focused just on my show because I'm a professional.
That's right.
And
You always have
afterwards, he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go hang out with that girl. I'm gonna go get a drink with her." I was like, "All right, cool, man. I'm gonna just hang out here at the hotel." He's like, "You don't want to go?" He's like, "Honestly, I'm kind of worried." He's like, "What if she just doesn't even show up?" And I was like, "All right, fuck it. I'll go hang out." And I get there, and that girl gets there, and they're hanging out, and they kind of just assume my room. And I'm just in the lobby, like,
Just kicking it, waiting for them?
yes. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, I'm like, hey, fuck it. You know, good for him that he's found this girl he likes and they're hanging out. But I'm also kind of hating the girl because I'm like, this bitch, she just was like, "Oh, is your room rough, Barbosa? Fuck you. I'm going to go bang your friend. Like, just take my time." And apparently she was telling Jaime, like, "Oh, just stay an extra night. Like, just stay an extra day and you hang out with me and stuff, you know, just stay and we'll get breakfast in the morning." And my flight, I was literally there one night. I got there 3 p.m. We did the show. I was supposed to fly out the next morning like 6 a.m. And I'm pretty sure Jaime had told her, and she just telling Jaime like, yeah, we'll stay here at the hotel and we'll get breakfast in the morning and make a day out of tomorrow. And I'm like, okay, so I just don't get my room back? Like, I don't even get an hour of sleep? Like, the audacity.
And that's why he goes and gets Advil.
That's why sometimes I'm like, go get the fucking Advil.
That's payback. Yeah, but that's good payback. I'm glad that you keep your friends around you. That's important. I mean, that's a luxury that I think I wish I had. I moved to LA as a young dude and we had no friends. We had to make, all these new friends in this city with all these, transplants. And that was one thing I saw in guys that I always was jealous of, like hometown cats. Like, Bargatze moved back to the South. And I think like that's a cool thing to go back home. I always wish in my mind I could have done that, and I'm too late now. But also everyone in Chicago I don't know anybody there anymore. I mean, everyone's gone. But I think that's a dope thing that you've kind of cultivated a crew of your friends and kept close. I think it's important. It'll help your comedy, I guess, in the longest run.
Drains your pockets, but
yeah, whatever.
It's fun. What's the point of having a career if you can't really like
enjoy it with people?
It's like a pizza,
It's exactly like pizza.
It's just like pizza, like cheesy and greasy.
What do you put on your pizza?
I like pineapples. I know a lot of people hate on that. But I like all sorts of pizza. I like the one, like the Supreme. I don't like olives. That's probably the one topping that I'm like, get that
What
out
color
of here.
olives?
Green or black. I don't like olives. I don't understand how people can like olives.
They're delicious, man.
You drink them in the martini?
I don't have martinis. Nah, I don't do that. But I like green olives with like cheese and crackers and like a charcuterie board. Yeah, fuck yeah. Black olives I don't fuck with. Black olives are
Charcuterie
trash.
boards are so like,
White.
I don't know. Yeah, especially with like what you just said. I imagine that's like our chips and salsa. I don't know, but
We like chips and salsa too, bro.
yeah, but that's like
Oh, is that
ours.
your shit? Oh.
It's like ours. Obviously, we share it with you, just like you share your charcuterie boards.
We've shared a lot.
Yeah.
Hot dogs.
Hot
You're
dogs are
welcome.
good. I remember at Bert's thing, you were going crazy on those hot dogs.
I would suck a glizzy.
He was holding up
bun.
all the hot dogs. He's like, hot dogs for everybody, huh? Yeah.
And I'd put them in my mouth, and they go, watch this, and they go, take it out, and I could spit it right back out.
Right back in
perfect form. Yeah.
It came out shinier.
Well, I had so much practice putting shit down my throat that it was so easy to slide a glizzy down there.
You think you could swallow it like a sword? You seen when they do that?
Yeah, the sword swallowers.
Sword
yeah,
swallowers?
maybe. I think I might be down for that. I look like I could have been classically trained at clown school. I
feel
have
like
that history.
you have a pretty decent sized mouth. I feel like it could probably stretch more. I look at your mouth. I'm like, that's stretchable.
At this age, I don't think so.
Believe in yourself.
My jaw's been broken so many times after all those bar fights that I don't know if I'll be able to.
Have you really been in bar fights? You fucking around with me right now.
When I was in college,
Yeah?
yeah.
Against other college students, or did you fight like...
No, we'd fight elementary school kids mostly. Yeah, against other fucking college
Just
kids.
some little fat elementary kid broke your jaw?
Just smoking fucking junior high kids. College was the worst time to fight because you had all the confidence in the booze in the world. And no business fighting because it was never going to end well because everyone was so fucked up. And it was never one-on-one. In high school, fights were good because they were one-on-one. That was legit. It was always like, for me, most fights, I would say, that when you confronted someone, you were going to fight them.
Did you fight a lot in high school?
Not a lot, but a little bit. When I was a kid, I fought the most.
Yeah.
When I was a little punk ass,
Was it
run
because
around.
nobody hugged you? Did you get a fair amount of hugs growing up, would you say?
I got a fair amount of hugs, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was me. I would think it was a defense mechanism when someone was chirping at me a little bit. I just was like, I'm gonna swing on him. That was what.
Maybe you got too many hugs.
I think I didn't get. We're Irish Catholic, so we don't hug a lot.
Maybe that's where your
it's like
temper
pats on
came-
the shoulder.
That's where your temper came from. She's like, why are you not patting my back right now?
Rub my back.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I do after I beat someone's ass in a fight. I go, now rub my fucking back. So after they're all bloody, they rub my back until I'm ready to go home.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like your style, man.
You gotta
got
create
the
some
blood
balance.
of your enemy on your back, you know?
Yeah, that's right. That's me holding their head.
I feel that.
And I will hold their hair up while they rub my back.
I've been in a couple fights. I won a few.
Lost a few.
Lost most.
Yeah, you got to lose them.
They gotta lose a lot. But most of the time I fought as a kid, I was fighting like bigger dudes. And I feel like that made me better. So anytime I fought somebody my size, I'd just kill them.
Yeah.
I was like, you scrawny little bitch. And they're like my double, but I'm just like, I
Because
see
you
what my
box,
friends
right?
see.
You box still, don't you?
Nah, not anymore.
When we talked last, you said you were still training, but you just you were over it, huh?
Yeah.
What?
I kind of just fucked up the relationships with everybody I had there.
Really? At the
Yeah,
gym?
yeah.
Why? What happened? Did something bad go down?
Nah, not too bad. The main coach, he was real cool, but I just started getting uncomfortable there.
Well, what do you mean uncomfortable? You don't have to share it if it's personal.
It's a little personal, but
right,
not
don't
too
share
bad.
it. Yeah,
Nah, I'll share it.
Okay.
Nah, whatever.
All right.
Whatever. No, I dated one of the girls that worked there.
There it is.
That didn't go so well.
Yeah, there it is.
My fault.
I knew some shit. I was like, this couldn't just been an argument with somebody.
But she wasn't gonna continue going to the gym. I don't think, or whatever. And I don't
Because
think
it ended poorly? Or no?
it ended poorly.
Yeah.
And I don't think there was any problem with like, oh, I'm gonna stop going, you keep going, nothing like that, right? But the coach, we always got along really good, but he started getting just like a little pushy, and he would like invite people to the gym to like interview me and stuff. And I was like, what are you doing, man? Like, I don't want to do this. Like, I just want to come work out. You know what I mean? Like,
This is a place for you to get away.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to feel like you're on, like you got to do comedy bullshit or interviews and.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So one time it came like that, and one time the start of all that kind of just making me lose interest was they wanted to do a charity show to raise money for the gym because it wasn't like a badass like prestige gym. It was like
Right.
very
Local. It was a local shit.
yeah. And I was like, man, I'm down. And so we went to this venue to see where we could do like this show, and I was gonna bring in some comics or something, and they were telling me how much they wanted to charge for tickets, and I was like, if they want to do like VIP seating for this much and that much, and I was just like, hell no, like these are ridiculous prices.
How much was it? Like $100 or something?
They wanted to do like $100 a ticket, and I was like, bro, what the hell? Like, I was like, I don't charge that. And they're like, but you could, and I'm like, that doesn't mean I want to. Like, and they're like, it's for charity, and I'm like, it's for your gym. Like, I can,
Right.
I'd rather just give you some money than do a show where I charge this much. Like,
True.
And so after that, it just became like, well, do this for us, and do that, and do this. And I was like, I don't want to work out anymore.
So now, no, but you're gonna find a new gym, or you're just kind of over it in general.
Nah, I'm overworking now, man.
Hell yeah.
I'm 27. I
Yeah,
figure
you're
I
grown.
got
It's too old
a
now.
few more years left in this life. I'm on my way out the door.
You know how hard it is to get, dude. Some old man bullshit, but man, it gets harder to want to work out. I used to fucking every day love it. Now I'm like, I'd rather just chill with the dog. It gets harder and harder, man.
It's definitely one of those, like, the more you do, the more you want to do.
True.
But
Yeah,
I
but
don't
that
know.
goes away too.
One day, like, I could work out for 3 days straight, and each day I'll be like doing a little more. But one day of like sucking down a good old glizzy, like the way Santino style.
That Santino glizzy
and
style.
I'm just like, bro, fuck working out. I'm gonna hit it like Santino, you know?
Are you still drinking or no?
Sometimes. I
Because
don't-
you said to me when we talked, we had a couple drinks at the end of the tour, and you were like, I think I need a break. I remember you saying that to me. You're like, I think I need a fucking break.
Well, yeah, I was going pretty hard for a few months before that tour.
Yeah.
And a couple weeks before that tour started, I had like sobered up and like completely. And I was
Off of
trying
everything.
off of everything.
Yeah.
And I was trying to stay sober on the tour, but I fucked around
Impossible.
here and there.
Yeah.
With the old mushrooms and whatnot, and just a few drinks here and there. But I was just like, fuck, like mostly the mushrooms made me want to take a break. And
Oh, really?
I have been taking a break. Yeah.
In a good way. Like it cleared your mind, and you were like, I don't think I want that other shit in my body.
No, I just had a lot of really bad mushroom trips. and
You
I
had
was-
bad trips?
Oh yeah.
What
We're
happened?
doing them like every weekend for a while,
Yeah.
and so eventually they just like
They catch up to you a little bit.
yeah, and I just felt really irresponsible, and so I was just in this trip, just like, what the fuck you doing, man? You just fucking up out here, like
Yeah, but
fucking take
not
care
at
of
all.
take care of your body. You know what I mean? Like,
So nothing. Now you're cleaning out.
nah, bro, I haven't done mushrooms, but I'll still drink. I don't want to be one of those, like, you know, you never want to say like, oh, I fully stopped, or yeah, I'm a drinker. It's just if I feel like drinking, I'll drink. I think I've matured a little bit, right? Like I can handle myself.
You don't smoke though, do you?
I'll smoke sometimes, but I can't really do that anymore, man. I could take like 3 hits. Anything passing 3 hits, like I can't hang no more. I
Yeah.
don't know if it's just me becoming this older pussy, or if weed is getting stronger, or a mix of both.
I think it's both.
Yeah?
No, I think weed's just getting stronger is all that is. Bro, when I was 20 and smoking daily, I could take a couple joints and not even think twice about it, just hanging out with people. I'll smoke a joint with some friends. If I take 2 hits, we're good.
I'm just like, I'm a
I
piece
don't
of
need
shit.
anything more than I don't need that shit. Dude, we have friends that we hang out with that are like 500 milligram fucking edibles. I'm like, what's
Fuck that, bro.
and I'm 200 pounds. Even 500 would fuck me up.
I'll eat a 10 milligram one, and I'm just like, this is too much.
To 10
Yeah,
does it?
I ate
10 is my like sleepy time. If 10 feels good to go to bed to me.
I think 10 was good for like if I'm at the house. But if I eat 10 and I go out, because I'll eat 10 and I'll stay at home. If I do partake in an edible, I'll be like, fuck it, I'll just eat 10 and like maybe not sleepy time, but at least once I'm relaxing.
Yeah.
One time I ate 10 and I think we were in, I don't know where I was at anymore. I just remember I was like, oh, we're gonna go eat. We're gonna go like to a mall before the shows, and fuck it, I ate 10, and we're at this restaurant. It's like super packed. It's this Chinese restaurant, and they didn't even have tables available. And you order at those little kiosks,
Right.
and the pictures show very small portions of the food. And usually go to Chinese restaurant, they give you big portions. But in my mind, I'm like, well, I've never been to this city. Maybe here they just give you these small portions. So instead of order, it was me and my buddy Hyman, and we just got like, okay, I want orange chicken. Well, I also want orange chicken. So we got like 2 of those and like 2 of this and 2 of that.
Right.
And then there's no fucking table. And then I'm just like the fucking edibles kicking in. And I'm hungry as fuck. So I kept ordering more food. But I was just holding like this big, the fucking portions were so huge.
Yeah.
I don't know why they showed little pictures. It's so confusing. So I'm just like standing there eating this big ass like shrimp fried rice. Like,
Baked out of your head in the
yeah,
mall.
and I'm like talking to strangers like, can I sit with you? Like, and then the strangers were looking at me like, what the fuck? And so and I'm high as fuck, and I was just like, oh fuck, everybody here hates me. Like, fuck.
Which no one paying attention to you at all, but in your mind, everyone's looking at you.
Yeah, and
Nobody
so
even thinks you're there.
I'm like, they think I'm stupid for holding holding this big ass bowl, like just standing here. And then I go back up to the register. I'm like, yo, could I get this in a to-go box? And they're like, all right, fuck it. And they put it in a to-go box, right? And all our orders are coming out together. It's like shrimp fried rice. All right, cool. I'm holding the shrimp fried rice now. And I'm like, can you put this in the to-go box? All right, cool. And I'm eating it out the to-go box now. And then like 5 minutes later, they're like, orange chicken. And I'm like, that's also me. And I just take the plate and I'm eating a little bit. And I'm like, could you put this in the to-go box now? And they're just like, what the fuck? Why did you not order it to go?
Yeah.
So, and then halfway through the meal, we got a little seat. This guy let us sit with him. And so we're sitting there. And even the guys looking at us because every 5 minutes, they're like, beef and broccoli. And they're like, all right.
whole fucking menu.
Yeah, we're just bringing it over. Bro, by the last meal, the last thing they gave us was the fucking egg rolls, which I thought was going to be the first thing.
Should have been first.
And we were just so embarrassed to get up. But we're sitting near the register. So she's like, egg rolls. Egg rolls. They're like, I know it's you. Like, egg rolls. They're like, fuck.
Get your ass up here and get these fucking egg rolls, man.
I was like, once this... That was such a bad high experience that it was one of those that like, I don't want to smoke for like a good month.
Well, edibles in public have never served me well. Every time I take an edible and go do something, immediately when I'm out doing something, I'm like, this was absolutely the fucking worst idea. Like, why? Because if I can smoke a joint and be out in public, I knew how it was going to affect me. The mystery box of an edible to me, I have to be at the house. No fucking, I can't do that like... We'll see if this one's a heavy one or a light one. The last time I got caught up, I was with Adam Ray, and I think it was me, him, and Brad Williams and someone else, and I picked him up at Adam Devine's house, and he said, we're going to a baseball game. We're going to an Angels game, so we were driving down to Orange County. And he's like, hey, man, you want some... do you want some drops? You know, some THC drops. He's like, just a little vial. And I said, oh, for sure. And I put a few on my tongue. And I was like, damn, I don't think this thing is fucking working. So I squeezed this shit again, and I put and then it's sprayed out. And he was like, oh shit. He's like, dude, it was all tincture or whatever. And he was like, it's, that's like concentrated. You only need like one, or you don't need. He's like, what did you do?
What is that word you said? Is it all tincture?
Tincture. Yeah, I think it was like, is that the word I'm looking for? Tincture, right? It's like, it was like concentrated THC oil. Tincture THC. Let me see if I'm saying it right. Yeah, cannabis tinctures. TINCTURES.
Okay, so tincture means...
I think it's just concentrated oil.
Concentrated
oil. Yeah, so
oh, I thought that was just like a word you could use for other stuff.
Well,
like
look,
if they bring me like really spicy food, like, oh, it's tincture. Like it's really...
Oh yeah, you got to taste some of this tincture, dude. Put some tincture on that bitch. It'll make it so much better. Yeah, high potency tincture can be stronger than low potency edibles. It varies, was based on the formulation. But anyway, what it was it was a full fucking vial of this shit, and I had no idea. I didn't even think about it. And I put the whole fucking thing on my tongue, and at first I thought, if I start freaking out, it's going to make this way worse. So I was like, just be cool, ride the wave, which just happens with most like psychedelics. I'm always like, be cool, it's going to hit you hard, chill out. But the first wave was so fucking big, knocked me on my ass. Bro, we were halfway down Orange County, and I was like, we should go back. We got to go back, bro. We have to go back. I was freaking the fuck out. Then he's like, we're an hour before the game, or 2 hours before game time. He's like, we'll go to the movie theater. We'll get out of the car. We'll change our environment. That'll help. I got in line to one of the kiosks to buy my movie ticket, and I physically couldn't do it. I swear to God. I was so fucked up that I was like, I can't, bro, I couldn't do it. I couldn't. And these guys, by the way, wanted to go see, what's the Tom Hanks movie where the plane, he fucking Sully, the Sullenberg.
Yeah. Sullivan or something.
I was like, I'm not trying to go see a fucking plane crash film. I'm baked off my fucking brain. So they were like, well, we're going to see it. So I sat in the hallway on the phone with my wife eating popcorn because I was like, I'm not going to watch a plane crash, bro. That was the last time I took I
like how your friends took you to the movies to calm you down, and
they went to a plane crash film.
Yeah,
that was because of course Adam was like, I want to see Tom Hanks do the plane fucking. I was like, he was regular high. I was a fucking if I was just regular stoned, it would have been fun, but I was uncomfortably high. I needed I needed to see Hello Kitty or something. I needed something like I needed the opposite of plane crashing to level me the fuck out.
I need to get away from people when I'm that high because
Me
I
too.
overthink the group. Like if I'm with a group of guys and I get too high, I'm just like, oh, it's so gay. But then I start to overthink it, and I'm just like, well, what am I supposed to do? Hang out with like a bunch of women? And then I'm like, what am I, a pervert? And I'm just like, what the fuck is just wrong with
Am
me?
I gay or am I a pervert?
Yeah.
Well, I have to be something. I have to be one of the two, man. Look, I appreciate you so very much coming on the show, man. I respect you. I admire you. I like your shit. You're a talented dude. I'm excited for continued success for you. People that have not seen you, which is probably rare, go to ralphbarbosa.com. Yeah?
Oh, no. BarbosaComedy.com.
BarbosaComedy.com.
Or just follow me on Instagram.
Follow him on the gram.
Ralph
We'll put the link in all
Barbosa.
the description below so you can come see this motherfucker live because he is phenomenal. A great comic. Great dude. Looking at that camera right there and say one word to end the episode. If you want to say a phrase, you can. Some people say a word. Some people say a phrase.
Bitchin'.
In here, we pour whisk, 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 whisk.
You were that creature in the ginger beard.
Sturdy and ginger.
Like vampires, the ginger gene is a curse.
Gingers are beautiful.
You owe me $5 for the whiskey and $75 for the horse.
Gingers? Oh, hell no.
This whiskey is excellent.
Ginger. I like gingers.